Hi everybody, this is Jennifer from Junk Journals with Jen. Welcome back. So there's one type of journal to make where you can use the cover of an existing book and alter it to make a new journal. And that's the project we're going to start today. The first thing we're going to talk about is where to get these books. There's lots of different options here. The first one is your local library. The libraries will destroy books after they're done with them, and you can try to get them from them. It depends on the policy of your library, whether they'll let you have them or not, but it's certainly worth checking out. Another one is estate sales. I've had good luck with this. I've bought books by the boxes from estate sales and found some really great old books. Garage sales, thrift stores. My favorite is Goodwill. Had great luck there. I'm going to show you some books I've gotten from Goodwill today, actually. Now, what I look for when I'm looking for books. The first thing I look at is color and design. For example, let's look at this book here. Peel back the jacket, and ooh, that's a pretty color. I love that. There's no title or anything to have to cover, so that's what I mean by design. Let's say that has the title and the author name. You would need to have a plan for covering that in your design. Now, I do decorate my covers last, but it's helpful for me to have an idea of what I would do with the cover at this point, so I know whether the cover will work for me or not, because if I need to cover that. Now, there's a million ways to cover a title or an author's name or something on the front of a cover. You could decoupage, use modeling paste, paint, book plates. Like I said, there's a million ways, but it is helpful if you have some sort of idea at the beginning stages. So I try to have an idea now. This one looks promising. The second thing is, make sure the spine is not glued down to the back of the book. And what I mean by that is this part of the spine here should be loose from the back. You should be able to get your finger back there or something. And that is so that you can cut the text away from the book in one easy block. Okay, now let me clarify this a little bit, and then I'll show you some more what they look like. This is only really an issue if you are going to use the existing spine. For example, if you're going to make it bigger. If I'm going to use this spine the way it is, the size it is, and just punch holes in it, this will be fine. And I need it to be able to be cut away. It has to come away from the back there. If I am going to take this off, the spine off, and extend it with chipboard or cereal box or something, it doesn't matter if that's glued down, because I can just cut these off with scissors, no problem. I didn't understand that when I first started. I thought I was looking for all books that were loose to the back. But that's only an issue if you're going to use the back, okay? Hopefully that saves somebody else some hassle. Here's another book. This one, ooh, nice. This is a nice, well, it's a black book. Let's see here. I think I've got another black book over here. So if I was looking at these two books at the thrift store, they're both nice black books. This one's a little bit bigger, and it has this beautiful parchment lined paper inside. So I would get this book over this one, all things being equal. This would make a great gentleman's notebook. Okay, and let's check the spine. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So that's another good one. Let's see this other black one we were looking at, if it's good. Yeah, you can see that one easily. I stick my finger right in there. So for our purposes, I think I'm going to use this one. This will be, oh, not that one. Use this blue one. This will be perfect for a bird journal. Yeah, we'll use this one. Once you get your book back home, the first thing you're going to do is cut the guts out of the book. I know it's painful, but we'll use them in the repurposing of the book, I promise. First thing, make sure you have a sharp knife. That will make this part so much easier. You do not want to use a dull knife because it will just drag and scrape the paper and not really cut it. So make sure you've got a sharp knife. Okay. And then you want to cut this. You can see the paper goes from the book cover to the text, and then there's a little piece of paper holding them together. Try to cut right between there. Okay. Try not to cut your whole book through the spine if you can help it. If you do, like I just did, I believe, it's okay. We can fix it. Okay. So you cut that. You might have to cut a little more. There's a little more tape back here. Pull this off. It's glued down in the back here. That's okay though. Just pull that off gently. Still some glue hanging on. Okay, so you got this in one big block of text. A couple things about this. I like to save these pages. I keep them in a special spot for to do things with later. And a lot of times I will put the page of the book that it was made out of in my journal with the copyright page. I just like to do that just to commemorate the book a little bit. All right, so we've got this. All right, doesn't look like much right now, but it's the outside cover of the book, all right? And you can see right here, I cut through it a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to reinforce the spine with a cereal box actually, and then we're going to tape it up. So it's going to look much better. I've got a little bit of stuff here that needs to be trimmed, and I'm going to try to do that with some scissors actually. Okay, got that trimmed. Now we're going to take our piece of cereal box, some Raisin Bran, and we're going to fit this right inside of here. You want it to be just inside of this, that size. Now, I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I'm allergic to measuring anything, so I try not to do that. Make sure you put your lid back on your knife. And let's see. peel that off. We're going to cut this straight as we can. Okay, we want 2 of these. We're going to double it up, make it nice and strong. So I'm just going to cut around this one. I'm sure there's a more precise, accurate way to do this, but this is how I do it. Now we want to glue these together. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this. Okay. One's a little bit big, so I'm going to just trim that down a little once the glue grabs. Make sure our book closes fine. Okay, let that dry a little bit. Now we're going to need to reinforce this further and tape it down with something. You can use any kind of tape here. I use duct tape because there's lots of decorative duct tape. Let me show you some of them I've got. There's this pretty sunflower one I've used recently. There's a butterfly one. There's, let's see what I want to use. I've got, well, that's not going to go. I think this one will go nicely with it because my tape's going to be showing in the end, so. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down to the back of the spine. Okay. Let that dry for a minute. And get my tape opened up here. Well, there we go. Sometimes this is the hardest part of it, is getting the tape on straight. I usually start on the inside. And we'll just put it down there. This will really make your book strong too. like with that blue line showing. I'm trying to keep a sliver of that blue in there. Okay. Kind of burnish that down a little. Then I'm going to take another piece. So this will cover where I cut earlier. Okay, I got that a little far over. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of try to get all the wrinkles out of the tape. Okay, that looks cute. So that's what we've got so far. Ready-made cover, right? Put the lid on my glue. The last thing you'll need to do is punch holes in your book for signatures. Now, a signature is a group of pages that will be sewed in your book as a block. This book is going to contain 3 signatures, but I haven't decided how many pages in each one yet. I'm going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so I know where my holes need to go. It's pretty much the same every time. And I'm going to use a crocodile to do this. This is a crocodile. Again, I don't really measure. I just go by, let me just get a few of these bumps out of here. I want it to be nice and smooth before I start. There, that looks pretty good. So for a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, you're going to need 3 holes. You need 3 holes up top, 3 in the middle, and 3 at the bottom. So 3 in the middle, it's about right here. You need 1 in the very middle. If you can really see that. 1 to the side of it, 1 to the other side of it. And then 1 up at the top in the middle, 1 to the side, 1 to the other side. Then we'll do the bottom. Okay, the crocodile. The way you use this to make a hole punch is we need the smallest punch. So we're going to go all the way here to the 3/16. Oh, that's the biggest one. I'm sorry. We're going to go right here to the 1/8. And you just put this thing on top to the 1/8. And then right here, this little thing will come down and punch the hole. And you just, it's got a long reach, which I love. So you can put this right in the middle here. Put this down. You can kind of turn it so you can see. and then you punch your hole. Goes through it like butter. That's one hole. Two holes. Three holes for the middle. We come up here to the top. One hole. Two holes. Three holes. Okay, so you can see we've got three holes there, three holes there, and then we go to the bottom and do three holes down there. And it's okay to do these holes before we do the holes on our paper, because we'll measure the holes on the paper to match these actually. Okay, second one, and here's the last one. Okay, so that's all our holes. Now you've got a cover, nice sturdy, beautiful cover, ready for your journal. And now that we have the journal cover ready to be filled, that's what we'll be talking about next time, how to fill it and what to use to fill it. If you've enjoyed what you saw here or found it useful, please like, subscribe, and comment. Come visit me in my Etsy store, and I'll include a link below for that. That's all for today at Junk Journals by Jen. See you soon. Thank you.